Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. I got the song right, man. I be humming it, right? What's up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay Money and the Shark, man. Playoff style. First day of the NBA Playoffs 2021 campaign, man. Ready to get to it. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. We ready to get to it, man. We ready to break them down. Your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, my co-host, Ed Shark and Sports, man. Go and follow him on Twitter. He does all type of quick videos on Twitter as well, man. That's my guy. What's up, Shark? Ride the wave, get out of the water, my guy.
You said it. I said it. We ride an Ironwords lifestyle. May 22nd, 2021. We never thought we would see the day. We were in the bubble. We had a layoff. We had a regular season. We had injuries. We had COVID. We had guys didn't want to play. We had some kneel downs. We had politics. We had complaining. And now we have the center. NBA playoffs 2021 are fully engaged. And I was saying it last night. It's not even the same sport. The intensity is ratcheted up, not 1, not 10, not 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million times the energy. I couldn't be more excited. Jay's got 1 ringer. I got 1 ringer. You're looking at it. We will talk the nightcap later. And Jay, where do you want to begin?
Let's go, my guys. Well, I must say I would like to go to the first game of the day here. We know we got an early matinee game. You guys probably know where I'm going, but yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern is 1 o'clock Central, my guys. Heat versus Bucks. Little bubble revenge here. Obviously, the Heat put the Bucks out of the playoffs of the bubble last year. Obviously, it was a different case. It probably worked out better for the Heat. Obviously, they didn't have to do any travel. They were one of the worst road teams in the last year's campaign. The bubble really helped them out. No travel, anything. The Bucks, they just couldn't get it done. The bubble, they weren't the same in the bubble, my guys. Now they have a home crowd behind them. They are coming into this game laying 4.5, 5 Shark, my guy. I must say, I like the Bucks in this one for a bunch of reasons. You can start with the early game at the house. I think it favors the home team. You have the massive revenge. You have the Bucks who basically owned the Heat this year. The way I look at it, this Bucks team, and maybe the Heat were kind of just deferring, maybe not trying to show all their cards, Shark. But regardless, I think that the Bucks really are a better team than last year, and they have their home arena, the juice that they need. The Heat on the road, not necessarily the juice that they won. You have the young guys going up against the crowd, whatever guys heckle them. I don't think that the Heat are the same team this year. So I know that they could turn it up in playoff time. The Bucks have been their regular season team. We need to see them turn it on when it gets here. Like I say, the upgrade with Drew Holiday from Bledsoe. They got PJ Tucker over there, some real versatile guys, a better bench than last year, in my opinion. I think this Bucks is the spot. I got a little something on them first half, -2.5. For a full game, -4.5. Still like the 5, my guys. I'm going with the Bucks today. Fear the deer. Giannis, Greek Freak, my guy. I like the Bucks here. What was the song I told you, Shark?
Jadakiss.
I got Bucks like Milwaukee because like Sam, I can say.
1999, Jadakiss. Put your hands up. Hell of a track. I was listening to that Swiss Beats on the production, I believe. Don't check me on that. Oh, it might have been Pharrell. Before he went with Snoop Dogg and started singing songs, he was dropping heat check bangers. And, of course, we do get Bucks like Milwaukee because, like Sam Cassell, shout Florida State, a little wiry point guard out of FSU. That all being said, no official for me on this one. However, I think you are aligned in the correct direction. When you find the Bucks pissed off, this is going back throughout the entire Giannis 3 or 4 year window here. When they get juiced up, they have the capability of turning it to basically a 2019 Warriors level, where they can come out 40-20 like that, like no sweat. And actually, you saw that in the first game of the season at Miami. They came out in the first half at Miami off the initial one-off revenge from the bubble loss, and they obliterated them. They won the game by like 50 points. And then, of course, Miami revenged them in the home back-to-back home sequence there. And then the third one was the most recent game on the campaign here. Milwaukee, of course, did beat them there. Nothing official from me on this one for one reason only. Jimmy Butler didn't play in any of those games. So I'm just a little bit data deficient from that standpoint and the roster standpoint. However, I do think the first half is a top shelf look, and I would not talk you off it.
Got you. Yeah, I know Jimmy Butler is a bit of and he is where the team goes. And I'll be honest with you, I know Jimmy Butler will be locked in for this one, but I'm not too worried about him. This Heat team, and they're really good. Jimmy Butler is really good, but regardless, this isn't the same team from last year. Obviously, they could come in here and cover this game. They could possibly win game 1. The way I'm looking at it, the way I think that this Bucks could really go far in the Eastern Conference, I do think that their window is starting to get smaller, in my opinion, with this same somewhat roster group or whatever. At some point, they're going to have to start splitting the team up, maybe new coach, try to look towards different different ways. So this is their year. This is the year to show that, like, even if the Bucks don't, they have to at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion. Like I say, they have an upgrade at point guard. They still have, other than that, the same group, which you want, pretty much the same core of guys, pretty much 2 through 5. Then an upgrade at the point guard with a guy that plays a whole lot better defensively and also offensively than Eric Bledsoe. And he just kind of got called out saying, oh, everybody thinks Holiday is a great defender. He's not that great. One of the GMs said that, okay, I think he's going to have something to prove here, my guys. So I know that the Heat, they're a stacked up team. They do seem to match up well with the Bucks, maybe if it's coaching, but I think the Bucks have a lot to prove here. I think they have a lot to prove in this game. One, you have to come out here and smack the Heat, show everybody that you can do this, to prove it to yourselves and prove it to everyone else. So I think this is a measurement type game for the Bucks here. They have to come out here and show. They have to come out here and smack them. I know all 3 games they have Jimmy Butler. In my opinion, I don't think I think Adebayo is the main guy over there that's really a matchup problem for them. I don't really think that it's Butler. So I know he goes where the team goes, but I still think that this year this Bucks team is better, and I still think they're really coming for this one, my guys. So Bucks first half, Bucks full game for me, my guys. That's what I'm going with.
And one point we've been making for a couple months now is the fact that the Bucks have spoken about it, and I think they didn't even need to tell us. Everybody knew. The last couple of years, they burned themselves out in the regular season. They won the regular season championship, basically, and then they didn't have energy in the playoffs. And, of course, it wasn't necessarily energy. It was also style basketball. They were real run and gun. They're averaging over 118 points a game, and then all of a sudden they get into playoffs, and refs are not officiating in the same way. And it seemed like Miami could really slow the game down and bring it back to the 90s. And we saw that last year in the bubble. It was just a totally different style of basketball. I think, as you said, they're going to regroup. I think mentally, everything Giannis says, I've been making the comments for a couple of months now as well regarding Giannis. When he came into the league, the language barrier was pretty wide. So people didn't really hear his articulation of how much of a leader this guy is. This guy's a great leader. I love his ability to motivate men. I talk about this all the time. You need that in your best player. I think they rally around it. And I like this look. And we should probably go to the Staples Center if we want to move on.
Let's go to the next one. Last thing I got to say on that one, matinee games, I always think that it really favors the home team in this one. So it's another one. It's a pretty early game, a lot earlier than the Heat would like, in my opinion. Maybe a little sleepy spot. Oh, get the sleep out, y'all. Man, go wash your face, man, and brush your teeth, man. You came in here. I'm messing with you. But Bucks for me at the house with a lot to prove here, my guys. So it would be interesting to see what happens in this one. But I like the Bucks here. It's my best spot of the day, man. Let's go to this Mavs versus Clippers, my guys. Absolutely. This is them. This is going to be good basketball to watch here. Obviously, PG-13's had a turn into pandemic P or playoff P when it comes to playoff times. Obviously, Kawhi will have to be that guy that will have to catapult them. He is the main leader over there. Be interested to see which type of Paul George you get and the rest of the guys, Patrick Beverly. So, I mean, this is one of the better defensive teams in the league, guys. Even without Ibaka being 100%, this is one of the better defensive starting lineups out there, if not the best one. Going up against the Mavs here, and I've seen it plenty of times where the Clippers is just not necessarily a good matchup for my Mavs squad. I do hope that we give them a push or whatever. I don't think that we'll lay down. We do have a better defensive team than we had last year. It's just that when those guys really get to stifling Luka, he kind of turns into a different player. So, and I'm pretty sure they will do that. Like them, they'll start to double team him as soon as he passes across the half court, my guys. But still, it's a tough game for me. I want to see how this first couple games play out, my guys. Maybe around game 3, I'll have some in this series. How are we looking at this one, Sharp?
I think we're looking at it in 2 different directions, 2 different ways. Of course, last year they did play a 7-game series in the bubble. Actually, no, a 6-game series, 6-game series. But the first 4 games were split. The Clippers did cover the first one. They covered very closely. It was 121-113 on a 5.5-6 or something like that. And then the Mavs won game 2. They did split the first 4. And then the Clippers blew them out in games 5 and 6, 154-111 in an authoritative game 5, and then a 111-97 closeout in game 6. This all being said, that was in the bubble in Orlando with no fans. Now you come to Staples Center with, I believe, a quarter of the arena filled, and you just find a difficult environment to cap. It's an early start. You get the Clippers at the Pacific time. You get them traveling 1 hour against. You also get a revenge game for the Clippers. The Clippers did lose at Dallas in the second of a back-to-back sequence going back 2 months ago. Of course, you go back to early season. Dallas, off of the loss in the playoffs last year, obliterated the Clippers 124-73. They were up by an NBA record 50 points at the half. And it seems to be kind of flip-flopping, where the Clippers blew them out twice to close the series last year. Then the Mavs came into Staples and blew them out in a revenge. Then the Clippers came into Dallas and blew them out. And then now we come back. And I think ultimately, if I had to take a side here, I probably would take the Clippers. And I think it kind of connects with what you were saying about the Bucks. I think there's just a general lean today in game one at home, the top seeds wanting to lay down the law and setting the tone in the series. Nothing official from me. If I had to, I would take the Clippers here at -5. One other comment, I don't entirely dislike the idea of the Dallas Mavericks coming out with a good first half. We have seen this year with the Clippers. They will coast the first half and then really turn it up late. I think that could be an element here. So I would be a little bit worried with people jumping on the Clippers first half, but I do think Clippers game would be a lean for me.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this game because I must say my Mavs this year, they are a very versatile team. They got guys like Dorian Finney-Smith who's really shown like jumps. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like an actual – he's like I'm not going to say star, but like this guy is really taking leaps from last year. I remember Dorian Finney-Smith, like I would never want him to shoot a three. He was always been a good defensive player. God, this guy's out here making threes now. He's getting to the hole. He's an absolute lockdown defender. Like if he's on Paul George – he might look like playoff Pete. Like, no lie. Dorian Finney-Smith I've seen him lock up so many guys this year. The guy really has shown jump. So I just had to say that real quick. But guys like Brunson, they got ballers out there. So be interested to see what type of Porzingis you get. Obviously, Luka can go off for 20 even on a bad day. So this Mavs team, I must say they're a deep squad, man. They have players, they have centers out there that you even forget there's on the team. Willie Cauley-Stein, Boban Marjanovic, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber. So these guys they got bodies out there, man. I do think they can match up well with the Clippers. This is when I just like far as betting wise, it's just I just want to watch Houston. I do think it'll be a damn good game. Not really sure which way. I can make cases for both sides. When I usually do that, I stay off my guides. So
one final point. We're going to have some good sides in this series. It's just a matter of waiting for it. There's definitely going to be a spot for both teams where both teams are going to be in desperation at one point, game 4 or 5, and we're going to have a really solid take. Game 1, though, of course, totally open season for ambiguity. So nothing from us, but wait for that games 3, 4, or 5. We'll definitely have a really good side here.
Yeah, I can see this one definitely being a back and forth series as well, my guys. So, and another thing I'll be watching for is obviously maybe the favorite win one game, then maybe you see like a point have, you know what I'm saying, for value to the other side, maybe a little overreaction. There will be a lot of recency bias as well, as always in the playoffs, my guys. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I know it's pretty crazy seeing that Heat line was is pretty much the same as it was in the bubble there. So just pretty crazy, somewhere around 5.5. Just pretty crazy. I know some people are blindly taking the Heat for the simple fact what happened last year. So it's going to be a real good game, my guys. Next game up, let's go with the Celtics versus the Nets real quick. Celtics versus Nets. Line opened up at 7.5. It's up to 8 now. We know that there's no Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, and I must say I really wish that he was, even though they went through speed bumps this year. I wish they were at full squad because I think we might get like a 6 or 7 game series here. Obviously, without Brown, one of their main guys, they would really need his defense in this series when you have that 300 monster with KD, with Durant, Kyrie, and Harden. You definitely need Brown out there on one of those guys at all times. He's probably other than Marcus Smart, Shark, he's probably one of their better defenders, definitely their better two-way player as far as offense and defense. So they're really going to miss him in this series. This one probably won't get past 5 or 6 games, but that doesn't mean that the Celtics won't cover some spreads here, right? Looking at 8 with the way that the Nets play defense, you have to go out here and just go blow them out every single night. What do you think, Shark? In some of these games, theoretically, you think the Celtics can keep it close in some of these games?
Yeah, it's just, again, there's just not a lot of information that we can correlate this to. The 3 matchups in the regular season, I believe Durant, Harden, and Kyrie didn't play all together in any of them against the Nets. Originally going back to, I think it was Christmas Day. Don't check me on that. It was around Christmas. The Nets went into Boston and blew them out 123-95. And then later on, they came home. It was without KD, I believe. I think it was Harden and Kyrie. They beat them 121-109 and covered. And then the most recent effort was a 109-104 Boston backdoor on a 5.5 push. But again, we didn't have the same rosters. And the secondary point, which is incredibly hard to cap, we saw what Boston did to Washington in the play-in game. Boston could possibly have just completely mailed in the season and just have a totally other switch they're about to flip. We just don't know. And this is just a totally just impossible game to cap given that point for me.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I'll be honest. So I know that the Nets are like smack seat, and this is my problem with in this game. So obviously you have all three of them playing. This is a playoff game, so this will, in my opinion, I don't necessarily be so. We know the Nets going to try to run and gun. If I'm the Celtics, I try to slow it down and make it a half court game and make them work. You see what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, this is up to the Celtics. If they want to slow this game down and force it to be defensive, they have the advantage there. Obviously, the Nets have the best offense in the league by far. One of the worst defenses. I'm a believer that when it comes to playoffs, defense still does matter. And if you can't stop the other team in the half court, there will be a problem. So, I mean, maybe like the Celtics still have some guys. You still got Kemba Walker who can go off for 20 at any time. You still got Tatum, who's an absolute baller. When he gets into his zone, Tatum kind of goes back, kind of reverts back to that Kobe. Is like, you can't stop me. I don't care who's on me. I'm about to get to my spot. I'm rising up on you. And when the shots are hitting, it gets ugly. So you could see Tatum. Crazy, call me crazy, but in this first game, I lean Celtics plus the 8 just for the simple fact that the Nets don't necessarily have their camaraderie yet. They don't have all of that juice playing together with all three up against a team that's not bad defensively, my guy. So not saying that the Celtics will even win game 1, but they're getting 8 points. It's like you're asking a bunch for this Nets team, in my opinion, in the first game. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying they can't smack them out, but just a lean for the Celtics for me earlier in the series. As the series goes on, the Nets will figure everything out and begin to just smack the shit out of them. First game, I lean Celtics.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that not only camaraderie, but continuity. They haven't played together in the playoffs, and it's a totally different environment. Again, we talk about the officiating. The officiating could really hurt them here. If they let them get away with a lot of contact, that could really slow down this offensive flow. And, of course, they are predicated on that. They don't play any defense. So if they can't get in their offensive flow, the Celtics could keep this really tight. And, as you said, they're probably going to find their groove as the series goes on. But I could definitely see the Celtics competing pretty tight against the spread, but also against the money line here early on. So I think it would be a lean Celtics. And also, we're pretty bullish on favorites across the board generally. I think this is the one where the dog could have some value here.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I don't want to see every favorite cash, my guys. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen. If so, it's not about like every favorite cashing or every dog cave. It's just something where my guy always says like the averages. You see what I'm saying? So we just don't want all of them to hit me. This one, like you say, this is the biggest fave of the day as well. I know it seems super easy. The Nets. It's just in this first game, maybe even first couple. Me personally, earlier in the season. Early in the series, that's when I think the Celtics have the advantage, just for the simple fact that the coach has more playoff experience. D'Antoni, so obviously Nash doesn't have any playoff experience as far as coaching wise. D'Antoni has terrible playoff experience when it comes to coaching. He always can't necessarily even make it past the conference finals. You see what I'm saying? So I think he made it to the finals one time, if I'm not mistaken. D'Antoni did, but regardless, he's just one of those guys where it's all he's not helping the defense over there. Just put it. Lean Celtics, man. Don't be surprised they lose this game by 4 or 5. It's the only thing I'm gonna say, my guys. Next game, because you definitely have room to where they can lose but still cover it. Last game of the day, my guys. Only 4 games. Damn good. This is, if anything, one of the more toss-ups of the day. As you see, -1 line for the Nuggets. Believe it opened up at -2.5, down to 1 now, my guys. So plenty of money for the Blazers here and for the series as well. We know that the Nuggets are without Murray here. Do you think it will catch up to them in the playoffs, my guy?
I think ultimately it could. I don't expect it tonight. My play of the day, Denver, -1. And the hat is being worn for the buying purposes. And we're going to go back 2 years ago. And, of course, people always call me crazy for this. I'm telling you, human beings don't change a lot over 2 years, especially adult pro athletes have very consistent tendencies. The last time we saw Portland play Denver in the playoffs, they were at Denver, they were game 1, they were at altitude, and it was very similar roster groups. And they lost on a very similar line, 121-113. They let Denver open the game up and really run. And that's what Denver wants to do. Comically, Jamal Murray actually slows them down more. He's more of a half-court set type of dude. And when you get out in the open with some of these guys that like to run, I think the game's going to open up. And what did you see in that series? Portland won game 2. They won game 2 97-90. So it was a total reactionary to game 1. They got handled in game 1. They came back with great defense. Fast forward in that series to game 7, Portland won on the road 100-96. So if I'm looking at exactly what's going on here, Portland wins games in big moments against Denver when they play peak playoff defense. I don't expect that today in game one. I think Denver comes in here actually in an interesting emotional spot. They just got blown out at Portland in the last game of the regular season, 132-116. Portland did lay 8.5 in that game. This opens up 11 points different. We talk about this. That's a massive averaging gap by books. 8.5 plus on the road, minus 2.5 here. And I think truthfully, if you look at just more of a narrative point, when you look at altitude, fans in Denver, this is going to be a hostile, juiced up environment. Malone has a good continuity in the minds of this group. He's actually a very underrated coach from a psychological perspective. I think he'll have them ready to go today. I think 10:30 p.m. is going to be really the spot. And lock in, play of the day.
Man, the only thing I don't disagree with is that them running with the Blazers. I don't think that the Nuggets have light years better defense than the Blazers. Blazers offense is a lot better. If they get rolling, that's the only part that I disagree with. If the Nuggets do decide with the Blazers, I don't think that will work out well. If they slow it down, turn it into a defensive half-court type game, that's not what Dame Lillard and the Blazers want to do. They want to run a gun. It's almost like the Warriors. It's like, do you want to run their game with them and try to beat them at their game? It's almost like the Nets. Do you want to have made a battle of the 130s? Because you're not going to win that one. Or you want to make it a battle of like the 110s or low, you know what I'm saying, 10 somethings. That's where I think the Nuggets can win this one. You have to claim their defense. The Nuggets have to win with defense, simply put. Their defense is light years better than the Blazers, and that's why I'm not on the Blazers, because their defense is very suspect as well. They're almost exactly like the Nets, in my opinion. It's outscoring your opponent. We don't really care about as a matter of fact, save your energy. Steph Curry, save your energy on the defensive end and put everything on the offensive end, my guys. So, I'm not a fan of it. I like two-way players, like a Drew Holiday or something that'll do it 50-50, offense and defense. Both of them matters, but it's a different league today. Damian Lillard is the same way, just like Steph Curry. Defensive end, he's not really worried about it, but offense, give me the ball. I'm finna shoot. You get a 2, I'm finna get a 3. So me personally, I hate it. It's not real basketball, but it happens, my guys. If the Nuggets turn this into a playoff game like they should, then they'll win. If it's like a regular season game and it's up and down, then the Blazers win. It's a tight spread, guys. In my opinion, I do think it's a toss-up. I do think at some point Murray might come back to slow him down with my guy Shark in this first game earlier on in this series. The Nuggets have the advantage. I hope the Nuggets win first 2 games. I'll be all over the Blazers in game 3, my guy. Yeah. So I'm rooting for you, Shark. I want the Nuggets to win the first 2. I think you're on the right side, my guy. Just only part I don't agree with. I don't think that they should run with the Blazers.
Yeah, no, that's more of a loose point. And of course, like a lot of times I will make narrative points. I cap the numbers first, and like yesterday I was capping baseball. I didn't even know who the pitcher was, and of course the play slaughtered. Like, you don't have to really know necessarily the exact dynamics on the court to really dominate books. We talk about this every day. But one other point I wanted to make, a 106-105 Denver victory in Portland after Murray was out, very similar roster groups. Denver did lay 1.5 there. And I think just from the dispersion factor, when you come back in a very similar figure at home and you didn't cover on the road, but you did win the game, I think it speaks to the 1-1 ATS environment in that split. And I think you obviously have the massive advantage at altitude with hostile fans hosting game 1 tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, I hope you cash in, my guy. I know if you're on something, it's likely. You looked at it deeply. You know what I'm saying? I know you like being on the right side. It's Rivers. I did see that Rivers was questioned, but they are down a bunch of guards. It's going to be a tough game, man. So put it like this. If I'm liking the Nuggets, I lean towards the under. Simply put, if I like the Nuggets here with my guy Shark, I lean towards the under here. I think that the under has to hit if the Nuggets win the cash. If it's the Blazers type game, even though their defense is terrible, if it is a Blazers type game and it does go over, I just think the more points scored, I think it favors the Blazers. So it's a tough game, but I think this is a sharp versus squares, to be honest with you. It doesn't necessarily matter because squares do win a lot, but I think a lot of people are just blindly going on Blazers here. Obviously, they probably looking at the last game of the season as well. Oh, they just smacked them up. You see what I'm saying? When the Nuggets were clearly just trying to give away that game. So you guys, man, we trying to hit you guys with info. See what I'm saying? You go and bet what you really like. It's your money, but we're just trying to let you guys know how we're looking at it, how we're looking at the game. Some sharp takes, my guy. Y'all hit the like. We got 470 in the people in the chat watching, Shark. Y'all gotta hit the like button, my guys. But Lillard versus Campazzo. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Campazzo's not a bad defender. He's just a small guy, and offensively, he's like non-existent out there. But he's not too bad of a defensive guy. He's actually like a little pesky defender, my guys. But they need Rivers out here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's up with Rivers. What you guys say?
He's the Argentinian Matthew Dellavedova.
He plays exactly like Dellavedova too, though, man. Let me see what they say. They're getting a fade with the Clips. I just want to see the status of Rivers real quick because I did see something about Rivers. I think that'll help out the under even more if you. Nets just moved from 8 to 7.5. Oh, Nuggets just moved up to 1.5, my guys. So hey, some money coming in on the boys. Let's see what's up with Rivers. So Rivers is questionable with the illness. So just keep up with that with my guys. Rivers is he is one of their guards. They said they have Shaquille Harrison, Campazzo. I think Dozier is taking off. I mean, this guy's got so many guards that are down, man. Barton, we still can't forget that Barton and Morris are going to come back. So if I'm the Blazers, man, you better, hey, when the boys come back, it ain't gonna be so uneven over there with guards, Shark. But any other words for any 4 of these games? My guy Juju in the chat. He liked the Bucks with me. What up, Juju? What you thinking, Shark? Any other words, my guy?
No words. I think the only thing I would say, it's gonna be a beautiful day. We got quadruple header NBA basketball. We have MLB. We have golf. We have everything. We have our life right in front of us. It's a blessing to do it. I love working with my man Jay Money. We're at the beginning right now. Enjoy it. I call it Send It Saturday. Doesn't mean you need to drink. Doesn't mean you need to do anything. Be where you are.
Drinking.
Enjoy it. Love it, protect it, dominate it, and let's ride the wave. Jay, close.
We drinking. Fuck that. This damn house got me stressing out, man. I didn't drink every day this week. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Every day this week, I didn't have me a couple drinks, man. At least 3 shots. My guys had to, man. So, hey, bro, this shit's stressing me the fuck out, man. So, but now hopefully everything be finished up here. Like you probably can hear them cutting shit. You know what I'm saying? Down there, they down there playing the music, all type of shit, man. But they working on the stairs. They boys nailing downstairs, all type of shit. Y'all probably can hear it, man.
I can hear it.
Juju, for real? Yeah, no. Yeah. Hey, it happens, man. Yeah, no, they nailing shit down, man. But they working on it. We got contractors in here, man. I'm even a contractor as well now, Shark. Did you know I'm a contractor now? If you need to work on your house, like I might could do some electrical work, changing out faucets and shit. If you need carpet removal, I'm adding all that to the resume, man. So along with capping games. But yeah, man, that's the show today, my guys. I got a little some on Bucks first half in full game for me. I think the Bucks have to really come out. I think they have to for themselves and for everybody else. I don't think if the Bucks lose this game, I think they're done this year. Like they can't lose game 1. It'll be bad for their mental. It'll be like they'll really start to believe that the heat on them. I really think that the Bucks have to come out here and smack them. They did 3 times already this season. There was no Jimmy Butler, but still, I still think that the mindset wise, they know, okay, we can beat this team. Now we just have to do it in the playoffs. I think they come out early and often and smack the shit out the Heat. I don't think that the Heat are the same team this year. We've seen it all year. You see what I'm saying? They are playing on the road. This isn't a bubble where you're just playing one, no travel, anything. Giannis said themselves, it probably messed me up playing the bubble. No travel, none of that. I just go back to my room. I'm all depressed and stuff. This is what he says. Now he gets to go back home to his wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different factors here. And it's an early game. Oh, I just woke up in my bed, not a hotel room. Oh, breakfast in bed for my lady. Maybe a little fun before the game. But regardless, man, like the Bucks here, these guys not sleeping at the Holiday Inn. They're not eating waffles and eggs, man, from the little waffle maker out there. But give me the Bucks, my guys, at the house. That's my top play of the day. Bucks -5. I'll go with that, my guy. Everybody's on the Heat. Everybody think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be smack city for them Bucks, my guys. First half -2.5 and 4.5 full game for me. I'll go with the official lines as well, my guy. My guy Shark on the Nuggets. Hey, he liked the spicy Nuggets today, man. Everybody tell me in the chat that I'm dumb and that I'm on the wrong side. I think they stay in Miami, Shark, which I think they straight from Miami, my guy. Any words, close them out, man. I want to close them out with a ride the wave, get out of the water, Shark.
Well, I started my channel 3 years ago. Jay Money and I started talking basketball about 18 months ago. And we come to the center here, and we couldn't be more excited to do this show. We love to do it, and we respect everybody in the chat. For those who disagree, we love you. For those that agree, we love you, and let's dominate. Charlie Waters Nation, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride the wave or get out of the water, baby. Let's go.
Hit that. We back tomorrow with plenty of plays as well, man. Nobody got an NBA show on Sunday, so y'all come and watch it. We need 500 people watching, 600 people watching live tomorrow, my guys. Sunday morning playoff time with Jay Money and the Shark, man. We appreciate everybody for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Y'all know I got to go do the SBR show, man. So we appreciate you guys. Please, please, please live your life and be happy, my guy. Peace and happiness above everything. We're out.